ne tani na ne na. Ta na ne tani na ne na. Ta na ne tani na ne na. Ta na ne tani na ne na. Tani 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 tanani na. Tani 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 tanani na. Hello, Vanakkam, Namaste to the wonderful audiences of this online storytelling session. I am very happy that I will also be sharing a story for you. And today I bring to you a small story from Ramayana. The basic story of Ramayana has Lord Rama, Sita and Lakshmanan who were into the forest for the long 14 years, and during their life they encountered many dangers, many hardships, but still lived with so much of peace, harmony and simplicity. Many forest dwellers helped them, they loved them, and they were leading a life of dignity. But at one stage, Ravana, who comes forth and he abducts Sita Devi. He takes her back to his kingdom, that is Sinhalam, today Sri Lanka. And there Sita Devi is put under the Ashokavana. Back here, Rama keeps searching and later with the help of Hanuman realizes where Sita is abducted and kept. So, with the help of the many forest dwellers, Lord Rama, Lakshmanan, they march towards Sinhalam. They cross steep mountains, rivers, many more hardships, and then finally reach along with the massive army. You must ask me, what army? Yes, army of not men but Vanaras under the leadership of Sugriva. Sugriva was the king of Vanaras. Who are Vanaras? Vanaras during those times, many thousand years ago, there is a belief that there lived people like being called Vanaras, from which community Hanuman belongs. They were very powerful, they were very helpful too. So Sugriva, along with this massive army of Vanaras, marched along with Rama and Lakshmana to Sri Lanka, to Simhala. And on their way, they finally reached at the end of the land which met the big ocean, seashore, and all the Vanaras standing at this bank thinking what to do. How should we cross this big sea? Because only after you cross the sea, you will reach the land of Sinhalam. And there into the Ashokavana that they have to go and rescue Sita Devi from there. Thinking all this, they thought, we must take help from the ocean god. And Lord Rama, though he was very powerful, he knew all the warfare techniques, still he wanted to pray before doing any work. So he sat down and he prayed to Lord Shiva for many hours. Very dedicatedly into the prayer, meditating and calming himself into the state that he can think better. Once he finished prayer, he got up and humbly requested the Lord of Ocean. The Lord of Ocean, which had very big waves which was touching the land, he said to the Lord of Ocean saying that, Please give us way. We want to cross and reach Singhalam. Then, with the request, there emerged the god of ocean in front of Lord Rama. It bowed with respect and said, Rama, I definitely want to help you. Please, you can well build a bridge over me. I will give enough way to build the bridge smoothly for you. Now, they had an idea how to cross the ocean. They have to build a bridge. And how to build a bridge? Immediately, there came Nala. Nala was a very, very renowned architect. An architect is one who plans, who can think of executing a project of construction. Okay, so he came, Nala. He was actually the son of the world's best architect that time called Vishwakarma. So Nala was called in, he came and he wanted to help Rama like anybody else. So he sketched a plan to build a particular type of bridge so that the army can move fast and with steadiness. For that, they needed to build the bridge. What do you need? Iron bars? No. During those decades, like what I'm talking about is many thousands, say 20,000 years ago. The yuga was called Trita Yuga. During that time, they all relied on our natural resources more than anything else. Right? The nature is our friend. So they got the help from the available rocks. Right? So they got lots of huge sized rocks from nearby mountains and riverbeds. So the rocks had to be carried now. Who did carry that? Yes, who are the very strongest one? The Vanaras, right? The army of Vanaras were very happy and they wanted to help Rama and also win the battle against Ravana to bring back whom? Sita Devi. Okay, so they all went and they brought huge stones on their heads, few on their shoulders, and they walked singing merrily in the name of Rama. And then they started to place the stones over the ocean bed. Right? Already the ocean god has given them the convenience to build the bridge. And over it, when they started to place the rocks one after the other, and the huge army, they were working very hard day and night. It was seemingly easy to build the bridge quite fast. As the army were busy doing the work, in the very seashore, what do you find in the seashore? Coconut trees. Yes, and what else? Palm trees. Beautiful. Yes, palm trees. Yes. Then sand. White dunes of sand. Yes. And what else? Have you gone to the beach? What do you do when you go along with your father, mother, grandpa, grandmother? You play on the water, right? And then you build sand castles? Yes. And to decorate, what do? You take small pebbles and shells, right? Yes. So there were all these things on that shore as well. And also, there was this small, very beautiful squirrel. Yes. There was a very small squirrel sitting at one corner and watching what these army is doing. When she also realized that they were all helping Rama, she thought to herself, if all of them are helping Rama, why should I be only cracking the nut for myself and eating? I should also help Rama. Thinking so, the small little squirrel hopped and ran as fast as possible and looked around. What the Vanaras were carrying? The stone on their shoulders, on their heads. And this little squirrel also thought, I must also help. And the tiny, tiny little palms that she had, she ran and she also wanted to pick stone. And how much big stone that she can hold? Small, tiny, tiny pebbles, right? The pebbles which are very smooth, shiny and slippery. And this little squirrel, she ran as fast as possible and then she hopped and picked one small little pebble onto her little two arms and then she started to run and she hopped on to the big stones, which was placed one after the other. She hopped and between one big stone and the other big stone there were little gaps. And she went and put this one small little pebble into the gap. And then again she ran back to the seashore. There again she picked what? A small little pebble onto her little arms. And then she ran and she dropped between the gaps. Like this she went forth and fro and she brought so many pebbles and started filling the gaps. Just imagine such a long bridge, so many stones, and this one little squirrel is could take one pebble at a time. That was her possibility. She could take one pebble at a time and she used to run and filling all the gaps. How long will it take? Yes, really, not just hours, not just days, but many, many months, right? But our little squirrel was so dedicated that she didn't stop. She wanted to help. She wanted to help in making or building the strongest bridge as Rama wanted. And then she kept on doing her work. She did not even bother who is scolding her. She did not even bother anybody is watching her or not. She was busy in her duty. And as she was doing it, there were times that the big Vanaras, they used to carry the stones. What will they know what is there inside, down under their feet? There were times when the Vanaras walking, their legs would stamp the squirrel's bushy, furry tail. There were times our little squirrel would cry, oh, with pain. But she was never out of energy. She kept on doing the work, and by the time she became very, very, too much of, she was doing this for many, 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 many days. There came a Vanar, and the Vanar looked at her. He was really angry on her because he had watched her before also. He had scolded her even before. But the squirrel had no ears to listen to what the Vanar was saying. This time, this Vanar was really, really angry. So it looked at the little squirrel, holding the big stone on its head, and said, hey, squirrel, move away from our way, else I will stamp you under my feet. Don't you know what important work are we in? Listening to this, actually the squirrel first did not listen, but as the Vanara came in front of her and he looked at her in her eyes and started blasting her, she became very, very scared. I said, oh, I was just helping you. But the Vanara was in no mood to listen to her because he had to complete his work. The conversation which was happening between them was actually getting observed. When you do good work or even when you do bad work, who is watching? Yes, somebody above. The God is watching us, right? So likewise, when the squirrel was doing her deeds, it was watched by Lord Rama himself. He had seen what she was doing for hours and hours, and then he immediately went between the Vanara and the little squirrel and said, Oh Vanara, do not scold this little squirrel. You know, she has been helping only us. Now the Vanara could not understand anything because he had not seen her putting the small pebbles. So according to him, the small squirrel was disturbing his work. Anyways, now Lord Rama explained. Vanara, this small little squirrel has been helping us for so many days now. See what she is carrying in her hands? And then the Vanara saw the little squirrel in her little two arms. What was she carrying? A small, tiny, shiny, smooth pebble. Right? And the pebble that she was holding it, and she was so scared looking at the Vanara. And Vanara now realized. He felt embarrassed. He looked at Rama and he apologized. So whenever they realize that they have done mistake, they ask sorry. They realize and they should immediately, repent, and they should immediately correct their mistakes. Right? So the Vanara immediately looked at Rama and apologized. Rama said, no, that is not your fault. That is only because of your ignorance. Because you did not know. No problem. But just look at this little squirrel. Whatever possible by her, she has been giving it to us. What the most important part is, the two rocks that we are keeping, she is filling the gaps. And as she is filling the gaps, the bridge is becoming even more stronger. And as the bridge was getting stronger, it could hold many more stones. Yes, and for decades and decades and eras, the bridge can remain intact. Listening this, the Vanara said, yes, of course. Lord Rama, we really feel the squirrel is doing a very good work. And he thanked the little squirrel. And he went away doing his duty. He started continuing his work. And this little squirrel, she was looking at Lord Rama with so much of thankfulness. And she looked at Rama and said, you are so kind. You are so compassionate. You understand others' pain. And immediately Lord Rama, who is known to be such a kind-hearted soul, that he immediately took his paw. When you want to show care and love to your pet animals, what do you do? You pat them on their back, right? Likewise, Rama, appreciating the deed of the little squirrel, he patted on her back gently. And as he patted the squirrel, brown in color, as he patted on the back, there came the lines of Rama's finger on the back. If you want to check, go out and check. The squirrels that you will find will have the 4 strips behind their back, right? And it is a belief that it was given by Lord Rama himself. From that day, they have been blessed with Rama's gratefulness. And the squirrel, what did she do? She thanked Lord Rama and she became so happy. Her eyes were glittering with joy, and in spite her whole body was smashed and kind of dirty with the sand and dust and here and there, cuts and bruises, she continued doing her job. She ran to the seashore, picked the little small, tiny, soft, shiny pebbles, held it in her hands and ran and dropped where? Between the gaps of the 2 rocks. Hence, making the bridge stronger. Hmm. What do you get from this story? Does size matter to help? Or Eddie, is it necessary that it has to be a big help? I am posting these questions to you to think and tell me. Yes, you can give the answers in the comment box or mail it. Just think, does the size is important to help? You have to be tall, you have to be fat, you have to be grown up to help somebody? And do you have to give your full whatever is needed as help, or whatever possible from you, you can do as help? Just think it over and give us the answers. Okay? Okay. So this was one story from Ramayana. It is called the Rama and the Squirrel. Fine. Now that you listened to the story, hope you liked it. And if you like it, I want you to do one more task. Ready? Ready with your pen and the paper and the pencils, or even some colors if you have? Okay. After we finish the session, you must sit down and draw a squirrel. Draw a squirrel, color it, and tell the story to anybody else in your family. Okay? Show them the squirrel and tell them the story with so much of joy that you should show it in your eyes, like the small little squirrel. Right? Okay. So thank you so much. We will meet next time. Thank you.